Arts Humanities. My name is Milde, and I am the Dean of the faculty. So I'm sort of your host, and I'm really delighted to be able to welcome you to Fall Preview Day. I just want to say how grateful we are that you've chosen to spend a good chunk of your Saturday, a beautiful Saturday no less, with us. And I appreciate that it takes a lot of effort. How many people here came in from Toronto? Anybody from further afield? Where'd you come from? Oh, Portland, right? I know the answer to that. Well done. Anybody from London? We love you too. Thanks for joining us. So, I hope you've had a chance now, it's the afternoon, so you've had a chance to look at the campus and wander around and see all that's going on. I know that what brings you here is a pretty big decision, right? There's a choice you're going to have to make about schooling, and it's kind of an interesting decision. So it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I'm reasonably familiar with this because I've got two daughters who are both in university now. So I have been where the parents have been not so very long ago, and I have some sense of the psychological goings-on for the students here among us. There's a lot of information out there. It seems every year that you can find more and more stuff. There's stuff online, and every little bit of information is great, but there's a point at which it seems that it's almost overwhelming, right? So what we've done here on our Fall Preview Day is we've really brought together a bunch of people, over 100 volunteers, who are here with the express purpose of trying to help you with the decision. Okay? They're here to answer your questions, they're here to talk to you about the programs, they're here to talk to you about what goes on here. So we've brought together not just faculty and staff, but we've got a lot of students here as well, and they can give you the unbiased sort of student view, right? We're all paid to be here, students aren't, and they can tell you straight goods. So I think it's really important that you meet the people here. But before I sort of pass things along, there's one thing I want to say. Obviously, here in the Faculty of Arts and Humanities, we're a great place, and we think that Western is a great school, and we hope that many of you will come and join us in September. And the question is, okay, so what is it, that makes Western such a good choice? Why should you think Western is a good choice? And there's a lot of ways to answer that question. I just want to give you a little introduction to that. And so I was talking about the information. I'm sure lots of you have done a lot of reading. How many people here have read things like Maclean's Magazine or Globe and Mail Survey? You can put your hand up and be proud. That's good. Right. So there's a lot of information out there. The one piece I have to say that I like above all else is actually the Globe and Mail Survey of Student Satisfaction. How many people have read that one? You can find it online. And it's not surprising that I like it because in that one, it says that Western does best. We're at the top of the heap on the survey, right? And I like that one because it's a survey that's sent out to literally tens of thousands of students who then report how satisfied they are with the education that they're getting and their experience at the university. And it's really gratifying when our students tell us that they really enjoy their experience here. But it's an interesting sort of fact that there's light here. But the question you want to ask yourself is, well, why is it? Why is it for actually 11 years in a row, Western students have ranked as highest among the large universities in Canada? And so, I'm sure there's a lot of different answers to that question, but the one I would like to sort of bring forward for you is this notion that Western is a big place, right? But it's a big place that knows how to do small also, right? And I think those two things are both important. So Western is big place. At this point I always ask, is there anybody here from Owen Sound? Nobody here. Oh, I asked about Owen Sound because my mother-in-law is from Owen Sound. Or how about Stratford? Anybody here from Stratford? Okay, so Western is bigger than either Owen Sound or Stratford. We're a pretty decent-sized city in our own right. We have 32,000 students, 32,000 plus. We have 1,000 staff members and 1,100, 1,200 faculty members. So that's a pretty good size city. And the benefits that you get from being a big place is that it has an awful lot of opportunity. You can imagine that with 1,100, 1,200 faculty members, we're able to offer a really wide range of programs and courses. We can do that. So you have a lot of options and things that you can take advantage of. We also have phenomenal library resources. We've got, how many people here have seen the Phys Ed Center, the gym? It's pretty awesome, yes? Pretty big, pretty big. And these are all the kinds of things that we can do because we have size. So, there's a lot of advantages to being a big place because it gives you a lot of weight, a lot of capacity, and that is all there for you. But I think we're also all aware that size isn't everything, right? Size can be fairly alienating. You think, oh, I'm going to be one student among 32,000. That doesn't make me very special. But it all depends on how you break things down. Here at university, we take a lot of effort to make sure that in the residences, for example, there's a lot of programming that you can get involved in so that you're not isolated. There's a lot of clubs. There's literally hundreds of clubs that are run on campus. They're student-run, and you can get engaged in that and get involved and find your way. There's publications and all sorts of other things. So there's a lot of ways in which the experience of a big place is broken down into sort of segments that you can get involved in. In addition to that, we have all sorts of services on campus. We have health services, psychological services, and in our faculty, we have academic counseling. And we'll hear a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. So there's a lot of ways in which we pay attention to you and allow you to take advantage of that larger sphere. In our faculty, speaking of us specifically, again, we try to keep that big and small thing going. We're a fairly large faculty. We have 144 full-time faculty members, and probably about another 100 part-timers. So we have a lot of courses and a lot of programs on offer. And we do sometimes have fairly large classes. I think our largest class is about 500 people. But when we run a large class, we make sure that we break it down into tutorial groups. And we make sure that there's lots of office hours, and there's teaching assistants. So, we manage it in a way that is accessible to everyone. And not only that, we also have an awful lot of classes which are quite small, right? Small seminar rooms where you'll have a lot of interaction with the other students in the class and with the professor. So that's how I think we do big and small. I think the most important thing at any university really is the people. And that's why I'm really sort of super delighted that we have 100 volunteers here to talk to you. And I hope that you'll take the opportunity to talk to the people here. These are the faculty members who will be your teachers, the staff members who will be looking after you here in the Faculty of Arts Humanities. Then we also have an awful lot of students. And we have wonderful students here. And these are the people who are going to be your peers and colleagues here. So I really want you to take the opportunity to get out there and talk with them and get your questions answered and find out as much information from them as you can. It really is great to see so many of you here. I thank you again for coming out and spending the time with us. And I'm now going to hand the proceedings over to Professor John Hatch, our Associate Dean Academic, for the rest of this one. So thank you very much.